We are making a video on Manjaro Linux 23.0. So I already made a GNOME desktop environment. So this is a Xfce desktop environment. So let's quickly boot it in a live boot. So I already made a video of Manjaro Linux GNOME desktop environment today. So if you want to check that out, you can check that out after watching this video. So this is the latest release of a Manjaro Linux, which is released like a few hours ago, like 10 to 12 hours ago. So I didn't read any release note or anything like that. So the release notes will be available in the description. So let's go to the official website first and go through all the features, applications, everything. I'm going to show you everything in the in this video, like applications installation, not the installation video, but I'll be showing the version of the applications, some installation process, and like features, all those things. So I'll cover most of the things or maybe everything. So it should take like a few seconds. So this is a stable release. Usually it should take like a 30 to 40 seconds in my laptop. And do remember that I'm running it on VMware with a 40 GB disk to 4 GB of RAM, and my CPU is like a i5 12th gen. So this is a live boot. It's always a good option to go with the live boot first after using like 3 to 4 hours. In the live boot, you can go with the installation. If you install this Manjaro Linux on your hard disk or like a main PC, do let me know in the comment section if you have any bugs or anything like that. So it will help other viewers too. So here is the welcome screen of the Manjaro Linux. The code name is Uranos 23.0, as you can see. So let's first change the display resolution. So this is a welcome screen. You can directly install it from here. I'm not going to do that right now because I want to see the system resources. Let's go to the system and open the task manager. So these are all the processes running right now. This is the RAM. So it's the Xfce desktop environment. As you can see, it's a midweight or a lightweight desktop environment. So usually the RAM will be 1.1 GB or 900 MB. This is the common numbers you will see in the Xfce desktop environment. So the GNOME desktop environment was consuming like 1.4 GB in the beginning, or the after the opening of the or the launching of the Linux distro. In this case, it's 1.1 GB when we launch. So I didn't open any of the apps, anything like that. So this is the beginning. I'm going to put the task manager right in the right side corner throughout the video, so you should be getting all the information there. If there is any changes, you should be seeing there. So the version is 1.5.5. Let's close this thing and put the task manager at the right side corner so you can see throughout the video like this. Let's open the Firefox web browser. I'm going to show you the download process. There is no release note right now because I don't know why. I'll be providing the release notes in the description. You don't need to worry about the release notes. What are the things changed there? So all the applications will be opened instantly because the GNOME desktop environment was snappy or quickly opened every app. So the version is 117. So this is a home page which is already given from the official Manjaro Linux itself. So if you are choosing or if you want to download from the your browser, you can just type in like a Manjaro Linux. It will be available, or you can quickly type in like a manjaro.org. It will directly take you to the official website. So this is the official website. You can go directly to the download, or you can check it out other options. or you can read everything if you want there. You need to first choose your architecture. You need to know what architecture you're using. Mine is 64-bit x64 x86 64. If you're choosing the ARM devices, you can go with ARM devices. ARM devices are like Raspberry Pi, M1 M2 Mac Apples. So that's the difference. So right now there are three main desktop environments available. There are community based other images. If they're available, I'll be making that videos also. Let's check the version right now. So the version of the other community versions is 22.0 right now. If it's 23.0, I'll be making that videos too. So right now at the present moment, it's Plasma, Xfce and Gnome desktop environment. So I already made Gnome desktop environments. So let's go to the Xfce right now. So there is like a minimal and full ISO files available. You can choose anything you want. It's clearly up to you. It's always a good option to go with the full option because there will be all the applications available right here. So you can choose the download options. You have like a torrent and a image, like a download managers. You can choose the download manager or your own browser. So you can choose options here. I'm choosing the image. So here is the ISO file, which is around like a 3.5 GB. That was the same with the GNOME desktop environment also. The file size didn't change here. So that's the downloading process. The version, as you can see, it says 23.0529, and the same itself here. So right now it's 22.1.3. I think right now there is not 23.0 ISO files available, as you can see. Download image file. When you click on image file, as you can see, that's 22.1.3. So the ISO file should be released in a few hours, I guess, in the official website. So wait until the ISO files are released. So I forgot to mention that in my GNOME desktop environment video. So be careful while downloading the ISO file. You need to check out the ISO file whether it's a proper ISO file or not. So I forgot to mention that in my GNOME desktop environment video. So right now it's 22.13 available, and you should be getting the 23.0 in few hours. So just wait for that official website will upload that files too. So that's the downloading process. Let's close the browser. So let's open the terminal. So we should get every information of the distro. Instead of opening the terminal, I opened something else. Here is the terminal. So the terminal version is a 1.1.0. I'm using a wireless mouse, so that's the reason it's pretty weird. So there is nothing wrong with the distro. It's my wireless mouse. So let's type in the command inxi. So the kernel version is 6.5.0 Manjaro Linux, and the inxi version is 3.3.29. Let's type in another command, which is inxi-small b. So the host is a Manjaro Linux, kernel is 6.5, desktop environment is Xfce, which is 4.18.1, and the distro is Manjaro Linux. And I'm running it on a VMware, so it says as a VMware. Here is a CPU. So that was the downloading of the Nitrix Linux. I will be making that video too. So it took ages to download, no problem. Ignore the pop-up. If you want to see that Nitrix video, that will be available in a few hours after this video. So let's get back to the Manjaro Linux. So the graphics, OpenGL, Xorg version all available here. You can just pause the video and read everything if you want. So let's type in another command, which is inxi-G. So here are other information also. So let's type in cat:/etc/issue. So the user and password is here, which is Manjaro for the live boot. You can change it after the installation if you want to do the installation. So always remember to run the live boot for a few hours, and after you're satisfied without any bugs or crashes, you can go with installation. And do remember, don't save anything in the live boot because it's going to erase as soon as you reboot or shut it down. So remember that thing also. So let's type in other command, which is inxi-sv8. This is the same command as the above, but in a short form, which will give every information of the distro. So I'm not going to read everything here because it's going to take ages. So if you want to check that, you can pause the video and check it out, all the information here. So these are all the information. So let's type in the last command, which is hstop. So here is the hstop. I think we got every information. So let's close this thing. And let's check out all the desktop features like date and time, volumes, audio mixer. These are all the customization of the volume. You can choose any options here. Analog, there is a drop down menu. Advanced, input devices, configuration, everything like that. It's clearly customizable. You can customize everything there. This clipboard, internet connection. This is a package manager. Let's go to the package manager. It's going to take a few seconds to open the package manager. Maybe I didn't properly click on the package manager, I guess. So about the panel, 4.18.4. So you can customize the panel like adding other panels or other items. Panel preference, items. It's clearly customizable. It's clearly up to you to choose whatever you want here. So here is our package manager opened. It took few seconds here, like maybe 20 to 30 seconds. So as you can see, these are all the available. So these are all the installed apps. So let's go through all these things in a quick or a run through. So if you want, if you can't see these packages, you can change the YouTube setting speed to 0.25 from 1.0. The default number will be 1.0. You can change to 0.25 to see these all the package manager in a slow-mo. I'm making this speed because it's going to take ages in the video. It will be a lengthy video, so that's the reason I'm doing that. So the PMAC is 10.6.0. In the GNOME desktop environment, it was like 11. So if you want to check that out, you can check it out in my GNOME desktop environment of Manjaro Linux 23.0. You can easily find out what are the changes in the desktop environment by looking at in my channel of Manjaro Linux 23.0 videos. So let's check out other features like desktop wallpapers and all the other options. So these are all the wallpapers available right now. I think most of them are from the previous version. So there is nothing changes in the wallpaper, I guess. Let me change the wallpaper to other one. So here are other options. You don't get anything in the background, just the two wallpapers. Sorry for that. Menu icons, it's clearly customizable to you. You can customize anything you want there. So keep an eye on the CPU and RAM because it will be a high peak or a low peak in the graph. So let's go with the installation process. I'm not going to install because I'm going to make another video of the KDE Plasma desktop environment. So I'm not going to install it. I'm just going to show you the process. So again, this is the same installation in every Linux distro. There is nothing complicated in here. Choose your language first, then click on next. Choose your location. No need to provide your actual location. You can provide anything you want. So there is a drop down menu and there is a map. If you find out if you know the your map, you can just point it out there, or you can just choose the drop down menu. Some customization like a language and characteristics, time. So click on next. Keyboard, it automatically gives your keyboard, or if you don't find any keyboard here, just type it here and choose your language of the keyboard. So the English United States, I'm going with the default. You can choose the symbolic, all the other options available in the English United States, like Hawaiian, Russian, all the options available here. Macintosh. After choosing, click on next. I'm going with the default. It's a good option for me. Then go with the hard disk. You need to choose your installation hard disk. Be careful while choosing the hard disk because it's going to delete or erase everything which is available in the hard disk, even the operating system. So be careful while choosing this option. So these are all the available options: XTR, BTFRS, BTRFS, all these things. This is option for the dual booting. So you need to remember, you need to be having an idea of what you're doing here. So if you want to encrypt, you can encrypt by providing the password in the both the boxes, which should be same. I don't want to do that. Bootloader location, master bootloader location, system, do not install. You can do that later if you want. It's clearly up to you. If you want to keep it default, you can do that. Click on next. After choosing, you need to provide the username and password. It is compulsory. So I'm choosing the username. If everything is going good, you should be seeing the tick mark. If anything is wrong, you should be seeing a cross mark or an into mark. You need to provide the strong password. For the sake of the video, I'm choosing the simple password. Log in automatically without asking for the password. You can customize this thing. It's clearly up to you to uncheck or check these buttons. If you want to choose the same password for the administrator account, you can click on this, or you can provide the other password. It's clearly up to you. Click on next. Here is the Office suite. You can choose no Office suite, LibreOffice, free Office. It's clearly up to you. Click on next. Here is the summary of whatever you chose in the previous installation steps. If you satisfied everything, you just need to click on install and it's going to install the Manjaro Linux Xfce desktop environment 23.0 Uranus in the your main hard disk or any disk you choose for the installation. So that was the installation process. Let's open all the apps and check how much of resources it consumes, and let's even check whether it crashes or not. So there was 10 seconds of a freeze in the GNOME desktop environment, but let's see in the Xfce desktop environment whether it will handle everything good or not. So that was not a major issue in the GNOME desktop environment, just a 10 second of freeze. That's it throughout the entire video. I used like almost like a 40 to 50 minutes after while making the video. There was just a 10 second of freeze. There is nothing any issues in the GNOME desktop environment other than 10 seconds of the freeze. So if you want to find out that, you can go with the GNOME desktop environment video in my channel, which is already available. So let's quickly open almost like 10 to 12 apps and see the CPU and RAM, and let's see whether it crashes or not also. Let's open like a bunch of apps. Let's open appearance. I didn't show the themes and all these things. I'll show in the few seconds. So let's open, I think let's open file manager also. On the accessories, I think we opened everything. Let's open mousepad. Development, we don't need icon browser. Graphics, let's open GIMP. Let's even open document viewer, image viewer, color picker. On the internet, let's open Thunderbird, which is important. Pigeon. I said important because some people want to know the version of Thunderbird, so that's the reason I said like that. It's not that important, just for the sake of the version I said it's important. So I don't think I should open the there is already Firefox opened, so no need to reopen again. On the multimedia, we open VLC media player. So it's pretty fast, as you can see. Everything is opening almost pretty quickly. On the office, let's open dictionary. I think that's enough, I guess. Let's even open the power manager. I don't think anything is left behind, I guess. Let's open the keyboard because some people want to know some of the information of the keyboard. Toolbox, I think last. So we pretty much opened like 15 to 16 apps, I guess. Let's go to the task manager and find out how is the graph and RAM. CPU is around like a 75%. Processor running right now are 306, and the memory is almost like a 2.4 GB of 3.8 GB. In the GNOME desktop environment, I pretty much opened every application available in the desktop environment. It was like around like a 3.6 GB or 3.8 GB. In the Xfce, it's almost like a 2.4 GB. I didn't open all the apps, but I pretty much opened like a 15 apps. In the GNOME desktop environment, I opened like a 26 to 30 apps. So if you want to check that out, you can check that out, which is already available in the channel. So this is the CPU right now. These are all the processes running right now. So let's put it aside and check all the options here. So here are some of the customizations. If you want to customize, you can customize. I'm going to show you the keyboard options here. Application shortcuts, layout. So if you want to do any changes, you can customize this keyboard layout. It's clearly customizable and it's clearly up to you. Here is the power manager. You can customize everything here. I'm choosing the default things or default settings. I'm not going to change anything because I don't want to. So the version of the dictionary is 0.8.5. We just need the version, that's it. About VLC 3.0.8. We already know the Firefox version 117, so we don't want to check that again. And the GIMP version is 2.10.34, and the Thunderbird version would be like a 1.0.2, I guess. 102. It's a 115.2.0. Sorry, it's a supernova. I forgot to mention that too. I should be identified like a change in the theme, but I forgot to see that. I quickly closed that. The reason I didn't find out that version was a 115 supernova. So this is a supernova latest version, I guess. Supernova was released like a 2 months or 1 month ago. I properly don't remember the date. So here is the pigeon. You can add and check the version of the pigeon here. Let's closing. Color picker. Here is the version which is 2.4.0. image viewer, I guess. Elegant image viewer, viewer 1.8, document viewer, text editor or a mousepad 0.6.1, file manager, which is tuner 4.18.6. So package manager already showed everything. So Xfce. So I think there is only appearance left here. These are all the themes. So I think you have like a 10 or 9 apps, 9 themes, I guess. So these are all the themes. Just like a same colors, green, blue, orange. Dark theme or light theme, that's the difference. So it's better just go with the icons now. So these are all the icons available. Fonts, settings. It's clearly customizable. It's clearly up to you to customize everything. So that was the Xfce desktop environment of Manjaro Linux 23.0 Uranos. So this is the process manager of the Xfce or the system monitor. At the end of the video, these are all the CPU and RAM consuming. So let's close the video and end the video. So the live credentials is Manjaro for the username and password is also Manjaro. So again, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, hit the thumbs up button. It helps make a good content for you. Other than that, I'll see you in tomorrow's video. If you want to check that out, the GNOME desktop environment of Manjaro, you can check that out after watching this video. And the KDE Plasma will be right now. I will start that video right now. It should be available there in the channel also. Or maybe it should be available tomorrow because I'll be posting 2 videos daily. So today's video will be GNOME desktop environment and Xfce desktop environment of Manjaro Linux, and the KDE Plasma will be available tomorrow. So peace out guys, let me shut it down.